Alright guys, pull out your rubber grommets and start unscrewing this. It might be hard, stiff. Start unscrewing it. Little by little it's going to get loose. Just unscrew it, pretend it's like a screw, and the sucker should come out. I feel it coming out already. Come out. There we go. There we go. You don't have to do this, but I'm gonna do it. I like that, and I'm gonna do it to my MTXL as well. So now you're gonna see the screw there. Get your MSD wire, get your shrink wrap that comes with it, and run it through your wire and let it hang out there for a sec. Then you're gonna screw the new wire onto here where you unscrew the old wire. Alright, this was a little bit of a bitch. I actually trimmed the bottom off. Alright, I cut the bottom off a little bit, cleaned it up, and then I started screwing it little by little, putting pressure, going around and around. And took a little while, took a couple of tries, and finally it's on. It's on good. I can almost hold this motor up just with the wire. I kept screwing it until and then what I did was I let go, and it unscrewed itself. Like it, I just kept turning around, and I'm like, wait a minute, it was super tight. And then what I did was I let go, and then it unscrewed itself up here. It didn't unscrew down here, it unscrewed up top. That's when you know it was completed. So now you're supposed to press your heat shrink down, alright, all the way down here, and then you heat it with a heat gun and shrink wrap this that they give you. Alright, I still have to go get my heat gun and use it on this shrink wrap. But what I'm gonna do here is this. I'm gonna take off the bottom lip. Just take off a little bit of it. I'm using some dikes, but you can use whatever you want. You're gonna have to remove a little bit. That way it closes. Your spark plug can go all the way in. That's a lot of problem with a lot of guys with these MSD wires. The plug will not snug well to your NGK plug. It'll snug well with a Champion or something like that, or an E3 plug. But if you're using NGK or I don't know about the Platinum Iridium one. I have one upstairs, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter. If you want it to fit on your NGK CMR 7H, it'll work on anything else as well. But take a little bit out, make it nice and neat, and it'll clip on nicely. It'll be like boom, not like loose. It'll reach it. Okay, that's something very important. I took out about this much, right, and I just trimmed a little bit more. And I mean, look at the stock one, bro. You know, it's tiny. Obviously, you're gonna have to trim that, unless you're using a different plug. I'm using these little plugs, so, and the majority of you guys are using these plugs. So, if you want this, you want no problems, you're gonna have to trim it. Now, you actually feel it click in. I know there's gonna be a bunch of you guys be like, oh yeah, that's why my shit wasn't clicking in. Well, it's just that, you know. And then you guys check if you need to clip a little bit more, clip a little bit more. Don't be afraid to do that. See, that shit is all nice now. Shit is all nice. It's perfect. Gotta heat shrink this. Alright, I just heated this sucker up. Just melt it in. I'm just holding it straight a little bit until it cools off. I can't find my damn little pencil torch, So I had to bust out the big gun. The sucker melted it up in a couple of a second, half a second, man. But all right, all snugged up. I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna try to set up my remote for this heat sensor. What do you call this crap? Telemetry crap. I hate electronics, but anyway, my 4PLS will tell me the temp of the motor, and I also have this old school nowadays, but works great. Onboard temp. So this here will tell me the temperature as well, and it comes from here. It's a copper. Put it underneath the spark plug, and you plug it to this, and it'll tell you the temperature. So I'll be running that on my OBR motor when it comes in. I don't think I'll have this crap, but I may have. I'm gonna try this out. If this works fine, then I'm gonna run it on the OBR. Why not, right? If I have it, why not? So this thing is gonna look really sexy. Got to run these damn wires through the side. Wow. Little facelift. My 5 or 6 year old motor. It's a Zenoa 290, a G290, 4-bolt, ported on both sides. I do not know or remember what else they did. There was no reed case, but wasn't bad. Supposedly it's 7 horsepower, 7 point something horsepower from 5 or 6 years ago. Just a little bling to it. I like it. It's cheap with its cover. And it's gonna look nice. Oh man, now I wish I did this better. I got some fingerprints here. Now I wish I did this better. Whatever. Okay, so it's gonna be full of mud anyway. Yeah, it looks beautiful. One day I'm gonna go over this motor. I'm gonna do a rebuild of this. I'm gonna do like a big bore, something myself. Man, this little motor is sexy as hell. I'm very happy with it. I'm proud of it. This was the vision I always wanted, and now I completed it. This is how I wish I had it 5 or 6 years ago. Alright, let's see if this sucker works. We didn't even know if this motor works. No, it'll work. It should work. Especially now with that new 990 carb. High flow fuel lines. Oh yeah. Can't wait to fire it up. I still have to go over a few things. I gotta set up my remote. And that's it. Hopefully we'll bring this over to the bash event. But the bash event, I really want to run my AT and my MTXL, depending on how the sand hills are over there. Hopefully they got some nice steep mountains of dirt to climb, and that's what I like. Got my MSD wire, fat wire, nice. Now it's nice and secure. If that wire comes out on you guys, just cut the bottom till it's good. You probably have one of them NGK plugs, most likely. Just cut it. Anyway, alright, cool. Call it quits for tonight. And that's it. If it was a weekend, I would have slammed this motor in here, would have bolted it down. Right, Oreo? Let's go. Well, we got the engine mounted. She sure is sexy. Hopefully she'll run as good as she looks. I still gotta hook up these fuel lines. I gotta work on that exhaust pipe. I do not have the kit for this. It's discontinued. I'm gonna have to make my own tubes of extensions. I'm gonna have to find some longer screws. I gotta make this work. Alright. Then maybe I'll try out my victory pipe once I get it back from getting ceramic coated. But I'm gonna try to make this guy work. That's my next job. But man, I love how this motor came out with these little bolt-ons. I love the way. I'm glad I polished the aluminum. There's a little bit of work, but it looks really good. That's it. Another thing I gotta do is trim this. I really hate to do that. This plastic chrome part, but I'm gonna have to do it because this throttle rod won't work. There's no room. Even see this, how the old one is trimmed out. I'm gonna have to do the same on this. It's too thick, too wide. I'm gonna do that first. Alright, a few things happened. I had to trim the hell out of this. See if this should focus. Okay. I had to trim the hell out of this plastic. Alright, I had to cut the whole bottom. First I shaved this whole side. I don't know if you can see it. Then it was still not good enough. Then I just wound up cutting the whole corner right off. So that way this could move freely. So after I had cut that, I still had the throttle get stuck. Felt a little stuck. And it was on this side. I had to take the carburetor back out and trim all along in here. Right in there. All that. So I'm going to go slowly. You guys are going to see that hopefully. Right there. When that butterfly would hit that edge, it would get stuck on that side. So I trimmed that sucker off, remounted the carburetor. While I was cutting this with a freaking utility knife, I mean a utility knife, right? Because no hobby knife is going to cut this shit from here without taking the motor out, all this out. I wasn't going to do that. I slipped and cut the freaking fuel line. This is why you guys see this shit now. I had my beautiful brand new high flow fuel line kit mounted, completed. I mean, I had them off. They weren't on, and I had them pretty much like rolled up, but just putting pressure, it just slipped, and I wound up slicing the fuel line. So now I had to switch this line to this side, that side to that side, and it's not even long enough to put through here to run them neatly. So I had to do this, right? And then after the holidays, this winter, I'll put a new fuel line and do it the right way with the new motor that I'm going to be putting here. So it's going to stay like this for now. Now my choices and my question to you guys are, this is the filter I had before. Damn, it's light here. So. Alright. It's a little small for my taste. It's got a little curve bend going upwards. And it's got this extra outerwear. Alright, which is okay. And I still have another real outerwear pre-filter that can go over that. Or I found this in my box out in the garage. Or use this guy. Which air filter should I use? And yeah, I think we can put the outerwear on that as well. Yes, we can. And be done. Right, let me know.